YouTube. All right. Welcome back. As you can tell today, I am not wearing makeup whatsoever. So we're doing I can only step one finger, so. We're doing a get ready with me story time. All right, it is Sunday and I'm gonna do a basic, simple get ready with me. My eyebrows look undone, obviously. It's the morning time. So, actually I don't have my watch on to even tell you what time it is. So I'm about to do my eyebrows, a little bit of makeup, and we are going from there. I did not bring a moisturizer. Bear with me, I need a moisturizer. All right. I cannot put anything on my face without. I usually just use a basic moisturizer. I'm a simple chick when it comes to makeup. Like, I love makeup, but I don't spend a lot of money on makeup. But learning that it's always good to spend a lot of money on your actual eyeshadows. So like, I recently got this eyeshadow. I've played it in a little bit, put my makeup on. So this palette is beautiful, and it actually doesn't have this palette. And then this is the first palette actually recently that I literally don't spend a lot of money on makeup at all. So this palette is too legit to quit. Too Faced Chocolate Gold, smells like chocolate, and this palette's amazing. Carly Bible, I have a smaller one too, I don't have it with me. Carly Bible, these colors are phenomenal. So those are like all my go-to. This is a more recent one that I got as a gift, which this chocolate gold actually was a gift too. This one was a gift. This one is the perfect 10 by Soap and Glory. More neutral nude colors, and I just moved my whole camera. All right, so let's get to it. The story time I'm gonna do today is, and I have a lot of stories and I just now clicked to it, so we're gonna add in a lot of story times to this channel. And so the story time I'm gonna do today is about my high school sweetheart, that crazy son of a gun that I dated way back in the day. And I don't regret dating him because I learned a lot about who I wanted to be with as an adult. And I learned, let me move this a little bit over. I apologize, like I'm having a horrible time doing not messing up my camera. So my eyebrows are slightly, like you can see, slightly, this one's a little bit thicker, but I don't know why, but I like to have my eyebrows like thick. It just naturally happens too. I saw how my eyebrows were, like not even like right outside of high school, like around the 20 to, so I graduated at 17, so around the 20 to 21 year age, I had the thinnest like eyebrows, and girl, never again. So back to the story. I dated a guy in high school for several years, and I mean like at least 3.5 years we were together. I started dating him my sophomore year in high school, and a lot of people that I knew around that time, that there's a lot of people I'm still friends with from high school actually, and we are, you know, they were there for me. They were like, tried to tell me like, hey, you know, maybe you should not date him, blah blah blah. But I thought I was in love. I gotta fix this one up, this looks crazy. I thought I was in love, and I really, like, I would listen to people, But when you're in that in love stage in your life, you really just like, you know, you listen more to the guy than you do to your friends and stuff, in which, you know, I do regret that a little bit, because I could have like found, you know, dated other people in high school, probably had a overall better experience, dating experience in high school. But my whole dating experience, it was just basically him. That was it. And everything happened for a reason. I'm a true believer in that. I truly believe that everything in your life happens for a reason. And so like, he was a verbally abusive, mentally abusive, and physically abusive boyfriend. He, like, now that I'm older, I was so young and naive. I was so young and naive. I literally was so naive. It was so bad how naive I was when I was younger. And I just wasn't around this stuff, and I just trusted everybody. I wasn't around, you know, drinking and smoking and all that stuff, like, you know, with friends and stuff like that. So I was super naive. Not until like the older stages, of course. Everybody like around your 18, you know, around 18, junior to senior year, you know, you're around it a little bit more. But sophomore year, I was just like so innocent. And he had a little bit more experience in a lot of different things than I did. And he used that to his advantage, you know. He would want all the attention all on him. I'm just checking my eyebrows right now. I use the pointed Q-tips to clean my eyebrows up, and this usually is what takes the longest in the morning when I'm trying to do my makeup. I can never get it so perfect like the girls on YouTube, the makeup gurus. I get so jelly. I want to do it, but I don't want to spend $30 on eyebrow pencil. So maybe that has a lot to do with it. But honey, contour it up, and you know, kind of looks kind of close to it. But back to the story. And he was you know, extreme, so sweet at the very beginning. There was a lot of great qualities to him, I'm not gonna lie. Great qualities. Like, he would walk me home every single day after school, and that's not, it wasn't a quick little you know, 5-minute stroll. It was, you know, a pretty long walk from my school home. And every day walk me home and make sure I got to my home safe, and we'll hang out in the front for a while until my parents got home, because of course you gotta respect your parents' rules, and no boys in the house, things like that. And he was very respectful in that aspect. Like, he didn't, the very beginning, he didn't pressure me into doing things that I didn't want to do. Again, I was very innocent. Oh goodness, so innocent. And I just can't say it enough. It's just so crazy how naive I was to so many things. And now being older and seeing like, oh, he waited such a long time that, you know, obviously he had to have had, you know, other girlfriends, things like that. And so this is where the stories become more, you know, you're like, Tia, really? You weren't that dumb, were you? And so sorry, I guess I was. So whenever, like 10th grade-ish, he would send me a text message saying, I'm in the hospital now, I got shot. I was in East Austin hanging out with some friends, and but don't tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know that I'm in a hospital right now. So I'll freak out and be like, oh no, he's in the hospital, what's going on? Of course he wouldn't want me to tell the other people, so I'll just keep it to myself. And he would just text me here and there, and he's like, well, I'm about to get this taken care of and all this stuff, so I'll talk to you later. He wouldn't answer any calls or texts like for the whole weekend. Possibly, I think he like would miss Monday and like be at work on Tuesday, like nothing happened. No, like he wouldn't show me like where it was, like it, you know, bandages or something like that. None of that stuff. And I was like, at that time, like, oh my God, that's so crazy, you went through that, blah 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 blah. And he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. But thinking about it, like he would spend the whole weekend with trying to have no communication with me. Yeah, I know he was doing stuff that he shouldn't have been doing, and that's fine. But you know, he would tell me a lot of stories about his past, and I learned after dating him, you know, after graduating high school, like how majority of those stories were lies. He lied to me quite a bit about so many different things, and I sympathized for him, and I was so I felt so sorry for him most of the time when we were in a relationship. Like, you know, I would he would stay over and have dinner with us because I just felt so bad for him. I didn't want him to be at home pretty much alone. And you know, he was really good at twisting story around to make it in his favor. Yeah, so that was mostly, you know, I found out stories later on too, how he would basically he would like have girls stay over at his house, you know, and we would break up quite a bit. Like we broke up like so much and things like that. And he was like, oh no, it was during the time when we broke up. And it's like, we broke up for like 12 hours. So you had a girl over there the whole weekend. That doesn't add up at all. So, you know, and then just to talk about like his verbal abusiveness. It was just like abusiveness. Okay. All right. That is. All right. So he would just like call me all kind of names. You know, that's just, I can't, you know, name a bad word, and I probably was called that when we got in a fight. You know, it wasn't until the last time where he put his hands on me and I legit was like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm scared for my life at this point. Like, he put his hand around my neck and got on top of me and choked me, because I think I like yelled back at him. I was just so quiet and all that stuff in high school, but I just finally got to the point where I just like yelled at him like, what? I forgot what it was even about. And then he was like, oh hell no. And it was like, whoa, life-changing experience for me. That woke me up. I was like, no, this is not the way it should be. And first, like, prior, like 4 or 5 months prior to that, I still have the mark on my hand, but like, you know, black and mild on my arm, burned me with it. He suddenly made up a story of him being in a crew, and you know, for me to still be in a relationship with him, you know, you gotta get the black and mild, and he used to smoke those all the time and burn your arm, and he had it on himself already, and he was still healing from it at that time. And I didn't want that. I was like, I don't want that. Like, whatever, I don't need that, you know. And he grabbed my arm and of course, people that have that type of control over you. So this is like the emotional control he had over me. He would do something so horrible that would make me like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to be with you at all anymore. And then all of a sudden it's like a light switch. It's like a light switched completely on in his head, and he just like, it'll hit him and he's like, oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Falls to the floor crying out, oh my God, I can't live without you, this and that and that. My life won't be the same without you. Like, I can't even act it out how severe the crying would be, and how much he would like beg for me to forgive him, like begging for me to forgive him. And so I ended up forgiving him. That last time, no, that choking shit, no, I don't play with that. Like I said, it opened my eyes. I was like, this is, I can't do it. So I just, you know, that time when he did burn my arm, I just like, I felt so bad for him. You know, and then he'll start telling me stories like, oh, this and this is why I did that. There's, you know, this and this is going on in my life, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for you. But girls, when you are in a relationship and you're young, even an adult, like people, you hear about stories being physically abused by their boyfriends, and you always say like, why don't they leave that person? Why is it so hard for them to leave that person? It's something there, like it's some type of, they end up having some type of control over you emotionally, that you feel like you're obligated to stay in that relationship. And it takes a while. Like that's the thing, is I can't even, like, going through what I went through, I cannot tell a girl like just get out of the relationship. It takes time, but you need to be supportive with that. You have to be supportive. That's the thing, you have to be supportive, because you don't want, people die all the time from their spouses or from their boyfriends hurting them. And so you have to be supportive, but don't force it on them, because it's just gonna make it worse. So you have to like be that ear for them, listen to them. And if you know if it's that dangerous, call the cops. I wasn't vocal about what was going on in my relationship, and I learned, you know, like I need to get out of this before I do get hurt. Because honey, I used to watch Lifetime movies all the time, and that's one of the main topics on Lifetime movies, when these women would get hurt. And I learned like, this is just not for me. And it's so sad, because I watch a movie like that and I'm like, wow, like it's so realistic. And I learned that at such a young age, and I'm glad I learned it at a young age, because I am now, it's sad to say, but I am now the dominant person in my relationships. I'm now the person that's like, I'm not like, you know, controlling or anything, but I'm the kind of person that wants to be like, okay, well, I want it, let's this is gonna be how things will go. This is how I want things to be. Not in an extremely controlling way, but I kind of know what kind of relationship I want to be in, which I'm gonna do a story time on why I have been so single for so long, because I've been single for way too long. And then there's a lot of reasons behind it, and yeah, so yeah, so about the nice things he did, like he proposed to me whenever we were in high school, when we thought we were gonna be in love forever. He would write poems for me. He made a rap song for me. I really wish I can freaking find it, because he recorded it and everything. He thought he was gonna, you know, that the dudes, they just think they're gonna be rappers when they're older and all that stuff. And it was a full rap song. We broke up it was like during the summer. And it was like for, I don't know how long. I think this one was probably like the longest we were broken up. Like 2 weeks or so. That was the longest. I think we were broken up for a while during the actual relationship. At the end, we'll break up for a long time, and we'll try it again for like a couple of days. I'm like, Tiara, what are you doing? And then that shit happened, and I was like, okay, this is it. No more. This is it. And so yeah, it's just a lot of, he did a lot of nice things. And you know, sometimes, you know, they're like, oh, but the good outweighs the bad, and that's the kind of mindset I had. I'm like, oh, but he does so many nice things, he's such a sweetheart. You know, people don't know him for him, they just see the outside thuggish dude, but they don't know who he truly is. And I really fed on that for so long that it blinded me. And at a young age, like, honey, love does blind people. It really, really blinds people, and you feel like you are completely and utterly in love with this person. This person is going to be your soulmate, and that you're gonna have kids with this person, and you're gonna have a big home and live the best life. And you really feel in your heart and your soul, your whole from your fingertips to the bottom of your toes, you feel like that is gonna be the one. But those feelings go away as fast as you began to feel them, if you know, when things go wrong. So so basically, I glad that I had that experience, and I'm glad I got out of that, and I'm glad I didn't have after graduating and all that stuff. And you know, I'm really glad I didn't get pregnant by him after high school, because the relationship went on a little bit after high school. And I'm glad I am extremely, like I said, everything happens for a reason. I'm glad I didn't have a child by him when I was in high school. That would have been, I would have been still dealing with that psychopath, basically. And yeah, so for the guys, treat your ladies with respect. You don't know what they've gone through in their past, and you know, sometimes they may give you attitude and all this stuff, but there's a lot of times they're just comparing you to the person that they were with when they were younger, or the person they were with last year. So you got to be, you know, open-minded. And the same thing for ladies. Like, you know, ladies, men get mistreated just as much, you know. So you just got to be open-minded and not, you know, just listen. And you know, if you know that this person is a good person for you, take that chance, take that next step. And if that person's not, then let them go. You'll get over it. Heartbreaks hurt, but you get over it. It took me a while to get over that, because I was with him for so long. But you know, I'm so happy. I'm so much happier after that. But that's pretty much all of the story time I have for him. I have little stories in between that I can go in detail about, but I'm just doing my eye makeup today, so I'm almost done. Bye guys.